Hi, Vasayo family. Dallin Larson here, along with Dr. Emmett Blair. As I've shared with you over the last few weeks or last few months, when Carrie and I looked at getting back into the direct selling industry, one of our requirements is that we find a disruptive technology, something that could turn the industry on its ear, turn it upside down. I've been in the nutrition, with a couple of nutrition companies. I've helped build 2 companies. We've done several $1 billion in the nutritional space. So we wanted to stay in the nutritional area. Our tagline is delivering solutions. I've long known that a lot of the nutritional products people take are not absorbed in the body. So it's really expensive urine in many, many cases. So we went on a hunt to try to find the most disruptive technology, and we have found it. We looked around the United States, different manufacturers, different stories, and we came across Dr. Emmett Blair out of Colorado, who had created a technology that was exactly what we were looking for. Dr. Blair, welcome.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
And then so we met in Fort Collins, met you and your wife, both PhDs from Cal Irvine.
Yep.
And you've come up with the technology. You've created something that is proprietary that nobody else in the world owns. So we're going to own a space, which is so important. That first meeting led to a second meeting that led to a third meeting, eventually led to us becoming partners. Dr. Emmett Blair is creating a line of nutritional products with this proprietary blend that he's going to share in just a minute on his technology that will set us apart. He is the spokesperson. He's the formulator, the manufacturer, and the spokesperson for our nutritional line of products that will be introduced in January 2017. Emmett, why don't you share with the Vasayo family a little bit about your background and about the technology that you've created and why it's differentiating in the marketplace.
Yeah, absolutely. So basically what we realized is we're trying to solve a problem, trying to provide a solution to the person who's going to take these vitamins and dietary supplements. And the problem was that people were taking all these vitamins, and all the promise of health and all the promise of a better, healthier lifestyle weren't really being achieved. And one of the main reasons is because it just wasn't being assimilated into the body. So over the years, starting in 2001, I was working on a technology of how to wrap up nutrition in these things called liposomes. You can just imagine them, these tiny little bubbles. And this was during my PhD work at University of California in Irvine. And what we found out was that there's a really nice natural method that doesn't use any toxic solvents or pressure or heat or anything like that, where we could put these little bubbles around different vitamins, supplements, herbs, and various other health-building molecules. So what we've developed over the years is now how to make it in large amounts so we can actually make products, flavor them, and use them to get all the benefits that we had hoped to be able to get from traditional nutritional supplements.
So most of the supplements on the marketplace now, they'll just put a fact panel, put different ingredients into a tablet, a capsule, and you're saying that because they're not wrapped in a liposome, they're not assimilated as effectively into the body? Explain that.
Yeah, that's exactly right. Like you said, you eat it, it comes in one end, and then leaves your body without actually being used. And a couple months ago, we actually published a paper showing this. We compared nutrition, how it would normally be taking, just like you said, the powders or the tablets or the capsules.
Even a powder there's a problem assimilating powders?
Yeah,
as well?
Powders really don't assimilate any better than a tablet, or marginally better than a tablet.
So it has
does.
nothing to do with the size of, like a powder versus a capsule? It doesn't really matter?
No, that doesn't really make much of a difference.
What makes the difference?
What makes the difference is exactly what we showed in this paper, and that is that we were able to wrap the nutrition in these bubbles. And these bubbles are just a copy of how your body wants to absorb nutrition. This is what your body recognizes as nutrition, right? Rather than taking a powder and your body's like, I don't know what to do with this, and passes it on, it says, yep, this is something I want to bring in, and then it goes into your blood and it gets distributed to your cells throughout your body.
So to keep it simple, you're saying that the cells of the body, it's like someone knocking on your front door of your house, and if it's a stranger, you're not going to let them in, but if it's someone you know, you'll let them in. So the cell recognizes this liposome as a natural substance, and it crosses into the cell. Is that what we're talking about?
Yeah, that's exactly what we're talking about. And when that happens, right, it's interesting that things get absorbed at a higher rate. But when this process happens and the nutrition is able to enter the cells, now you're going to see the true health benefits different dietary supplements, whether it's vitamin C or B12 or curcumin or resveratrol or any of these really, really important materials.
So there's a lot of nutrients out there, ingredients that are like the ingredient of the month, or
Right.
whatever, like curcumin, resveratrol. I've seen companies build huge businesses just off of a couple of ingredients or products. But are you saying that, like, take those for example, or vitamin
Right.
C? If I take a vitamin C tablet, 60 milligrams or whatever, what percentage of that is really going to be used?
So when you take, let's say, a typical dose is, let's say, a gram of vitamin C, right?
That's a lot, right?
Yeah. 85-90% of it gets rejected from your body.
Why?
Because your body doesn't know how to assimilate it in, because it doesn't recognize it as the kind of nutrition. And in fact, things like vitamin C tend to upset your stomach a little bit. And an upset stomach basically means your body's rejecting it, right? So a lot of people who take a multivitamin...
A lot of B12s or the B vitamins seem like they upset my stomach quite a bit.
Yeah, that's very typical. That's a complaint by a lot of people. And that's because your body's rejecting it and trying to get it through your system rather than absorb it, right?
So you're putting these nutrients in a bubble so that it's not causing pain to the gut.
Right.
It gets to the cell says, come on in. And then what happens to the actual bubble once the nutrients are released from the bubble?
Right. So what's fantastic is we've really taken a clean label approach. And what I mean by that is that we don't have any extra ingredients in there that are just to fill up space. They're not just fillers. That bubble then turns into nutrition for your body. So, for instance, your brain is made up of about 75 to 80% of phosphatidylcholine material. So now this bubble, it's also made out of phosphatidylcholine, can now become part of your brain, or it can become part of your liver cells, or help the rigidity of any of your other body cells. We don't, like I said, we don't really have any extra unnecessary ingredient that your body doesn't want to utilize.
So is this documented? You're saying, look, now that they're in the bubble, they're going to get to the cell. They're more. You're going to be able to assimilate a higher percentage of these products than just a regular vitamin C or curcumin, whatever. Do you have the documentation to back that up?
Yeah, of course. Like I said, just a couple months ago, that's the last paper I published, we proved that using liposomes, you can get higher absorption and higher efficacy of nutrition using my liposomal methodology.
So just taking one ingredient like a vitamin C, and
Right.
you're saying that maybe 5 or 10% of it is assimilated if you take a gram, is that right? Or
About
something like that?
10 to 15%, but yeah, it's a very small amount.
Versus if it's in a liposome and that same vitamin C is in that bubble, then what percentage of it is? would be
You're looking
assimilated?
at a little over 90%.
So
From very little to almost complete absorption is what
Wow.
we're looking at in the difference.
So what do you expect when people get on these products? Of course, we can't make any claims. They're soon going to find out about our starting lineup in
Right.
January with some products that are all wrapped in liposomes that we believe that people will have a demonstrable effect, right? They'll be able to notice something. Give an example of, like, you're saying like 10% absorbed up to 90% absorbed?
Right.
But some nutrients are probably not 90% absorbed, right?
Right, yeah, and many nutrients, curcumin is a great example. It only gets
If
absorbed.
I take a curcumin tablet, like I went to the store, there's like they sell for like $50, right?
Right.
And are you getting any value out of that right now?
Not much. I mean, your body's rejecting right around 99 to 99.5%
That's
of
crazy.
that curcumin tablet. Yeah,
That's crazy.
right. It's almost, why did you even bother? But what's amazing, and this is what's actually incredible, is even with that small amount of absorption, people still see health benefits. They're minor health benefits. So you can only imagine that when you get more complete absorption, what kind of health benefits you'll see.
So do you believe that the starting lineup that we're going to introduce, people are going to see, because we're claiming that it's more bioavailable, a higher percentage of it's assimilated into the body, people will see some demonstrable results?
Absolutely. I mean, I think when people take these products, they're going to notice their quality of life increasing and their health increasing. I mean, ultimately, when you get more complete nutrition, that's exactly what you hope to happen.
What's your goal, Emick? What do you got into this field for what purpose, and what is it you hope to accomplish in your career?
Right. When we started off in this field, I was really hoping to help people who are extremely sick. And we're able to do that. We're able to supplement really important molecules to really go along with whatever intervention their medical professional was helping them with. But now it's come to the point where we can make large amounts of this material, and it should be introduced into the general public so that the regular, average, everyday person can feel and get and receive the benefits of these products.
So you want to take it around the world?
Absolutely.
So before you were working with what, different offices and stuff, and they would ask you to create for their patients, products, and were they getting some good results with it?
Absolutely. I mean, the feedback from the doctors was always phenomenal. I mean, that's why they kept on prescribing it over and over and over again. So what we've done now is, rather than having a supercharged formula for intervention right then and there, we've now designed this whole line of products that are gentle enough to use every day, but powerful enough to notice really fantastic results from.
And it's not a drug. We're not making any medical claims.
No, absolutely not. This is strictly a dietary supplement. It's a food. It's just a very well-designed food.
Do you believe that if people were eating a really high-quality diet today, would there still be a need to supplement with the products we're talking about coming out with in January?
Well, high-quality diet today, I mean, that's a question mark. I'm, at this point, still confused what that even means. I mean, even whole foods, organic vegetables and fruit are still somewhat flawed today and don't really have the entire dietary makeup that they used to as little as 20 or 30 years ago. And that comes from different agricultural practices, the fact that our soil is depleted from nutrition, and a variety of other reasons.
Is it going to be safe for kids?
Absolutely, yeah. Oh, for ages 4 and up, absolutely.
Let's see. What else was I going to ask you? Any other? Oh, your facility. You said it's GMO free. It's certified. Talk to them a little bit about the facility that you operate.
Right. So one of the main concerns, especially when you're delivering things at high rates, is you want to make sure that the facility is ultra clean. So our facility is non-GMO. It's vegetarian. And is common allergen free. So we don't have anything like soy, shellfish, fish, tree nuts, peanuts, or anything like that somebody could get a negative interaction. And by not having those ingredients in our facility, we've eliminated the risk of cross-contamination, right? Because our facility just never comes in contact with it.
I mean, it's so clean. And you talked a little bit about the water. I was impressed with the quality of the water, even the water you use in
Absolutely. I mean, this is our specialty. This is all we do, right? We don't make tablets, powders, capsules. No, we just make this type of product and this type of product only. The liposomes. So for the water, when we designed, because we said, look, this is going to be high uptake, we're using water that's 100, if not 1,000 times more pure than water that's used for injections and IV bags. That even though we're making these as drinks, we want to make sure we have the absolute highest quality of water in the world.
Fantastic. Well, listen, everybody, the Vasayo family. Vasayo is about delivering solutions. We're going to be delivering solutions in January with our line of our starting lineup of nutritional products. I'm thrilled to be partnering with Dr. Emmett Blair. He's got a ton of energy. He doesn't even drink coffee, right?
No,
it's just natural energy. He's on some great products. He has formulated some amazing products that you're going to be hearing about over the coming weeks. And pretty soon you'll be seeing Emmett Blair, Dr. Emmett Blair, on stages at our conventions and grand openings as we take Vasayo around the world and build a global brand and go out and bless 1 million people's lives. And then we're on to the next 1 million people's lives. And I'm honored that you're a partner.
Thank you.
Thanks, Emmett.